Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Crafty Christian YouTube channel. Are we liking how the sound is? Very crisp and clear, ain't it? All thanks to my parents for giving me a new microphone. In today's video, I will be creating 2 keychains based off the computer game Club Penguin. For those who don't know, Club Penguin is a computer game that started in the early 2000s, but due to it getting bought by Disney in 2007, many fans agree that Club Penguin lost its spark. So, to fix this, many fans recreated the original game and made their own Club Penguin games. You play as a penguin and live on a snowy island where there are many activities to engage in, as well as be able to interact with other penguins that are on the same server. I have a friend who really enjoys playing Club Penguin, and like a lot of people, she has been playing it since childhood. Personally, I never knew about it until she introduced me to it, and I agree that Club Penguin is a really fun game. I especially enjoyed buying and creating different outfits for my penguin, and of course grinding for coins in the mines. Her birthday is coming up, so I decided to celebrate her interest in Club Penguin by creating a penguin keychain based off her penguin and a yellow puffle that is connected to a funny experience she shared with me. For the template of the penguin keychain, I based it off the original penguin design, and for the puffle, I chose to just use a more recent design. And with that, join me as I create Club Penguin keychains. For the template of these keychains, I first drew out the designs on paper, and then cut out each piece that I would need to recreate the design with felt. Then I got started on cutting out the body piece onto yellow fabric for the puffle keychain, using tape to hold the paper template down because tracing the pattern on with chalk would have been way too tedious. I repeated the same step for the whites of the eyes. Which are oddly satisfying to me. They remind me of the eye shapes on VeggieTale characters. Then using black fabric, I cut out the pupils and mouth, making sure to fold the fabric in half to get 2 pupils in just one cut. I understand using tape is a bit wasteful, so I tried to make up for it by reusing some cut tape for smaller pieces, and at least I am getting the most use out of each tape strip. I then cut out the tongue from red felt and the puffle pieces were all set. I repeated the same steps for the penguin pieces, but this time the body was cut from black fabric, as that is the color of my friend's penguin. Another thing that really satisfies me is when I go to peel off the paper template from the fabric. The sound it makes is just perfect. Using white felt, I cut out the belly and whites of the eyes. Then using orange felt, I cut out the flippers and beak. I find cartoon penguin feet to be so cute, especially this shape. It reminds me of the penguins from VeggieTales, more specifically from the episode The Toys Saved Christmas. Anyone else know what I'm talking about? The penguin design in that episode is super adorable. They were literally my favorite character. Then I cut out small triangles from the black fabric and snipped small circles to make pupils for the eyes. And the penguin pieces were ready to go. With white thread, I started by sewing on the whites of the eyes onto the body of the puffle, using a running stitch all the way around. Once I got to the end, I made a double knot with a thread to prevent any unraveling. Then moved on to sewing the pupils, mouth, and tongue onto the puffle. Now this black fabric in particular liked to fray a lot, so I decided to use a whip stitch all the way around when sewing on the pupils and mouth, so as to prevent any loose threads from peeling off the pieces. And for the tongue, I didn't want the black thread to be so prominent, so I made sure to sew tiny running stitches around the tongue. And the puffle design is complete! Now moving on to the penguin, I started off by sewing on the pupils, which only required one stitch through each one to make them sturdy. Then using white thread for the rest, I sewed on the belly first, followed by the flippers and beak. Lastly, I sewed on the whites of the eyes and the penguin design was complete. All were sewn on using a running stitch. I decided to give the keychains a blue background as it matched with the whole snowy aesthetic of the Club Penguin game. So using light blue felt, I started off by sewing the puffle onto the blue felt. Stopping halfway at the top to sew on the keyring. I simply did a running stitch through the first chain a couple times to make sure the keyring would not come off. Then continued sewing the puffle to the blue felt using a running stitch. Once I was finished, I double knotted the thread and cut out the keychain, making sure to leave a blue border around the puffle to give it some extra detail. I thought I was finished at this point, but once I completed the penguin keychain, I realized that the thread was visible in the back of the keychains. So to fix this eyesore, you will see what I come up with in a minute. For the penguin keychain, I pretty much did the same thing, except changed my stitch to a whip stitch to again prevent fraying on the black fabric. And again, made sure to sew on the first chain of the keyring between the front and back fabric a couple times to prevent any chance of it coming off. So pretty much after I had cut out the penguin keychain, I realized how bad the back looked, especially on this one because I used black thread. So I decided to fabric glue on more light blue felt on the back of both keychains to hide the threads. After gluing on the backs, I used a heavy box to keep them down and let them dry for a bit before coming back and cutting off the excess blue felt. And both keychains are complete! Thank you so much for watching! I am so happy about the way these keychains turned out, and I'm super excited to give them to my friend on her birthday. I hope she likes them too. Have a great rest of your month, everyone, and make sure to make the most of every day. Bye!